Hello everyone in MedicalScribe. I'm Karar Haidar, student at Baghdad Medical College. In the previous video, we began with the appendicular skeletal system. We explained its general meaning. Then after that, we talked about the bones of its regions in general. And we said that every region will be explained with more details in the upcoming videos. So today, our talking would be about the pectoral girdle. The pectoral girdle or the shoulder girdle is the girdle that connects the upper limbs with the axial skeleton. This pectoral girdle has 4 bones, 2 on each side of the body. So it will be formed by 2 clavicles, one on the right side and one on the left, and 2 scapulae, also one on the right and one on the left. And now we will talk about each one of them briefly. Firstly, we have the clavicle or the collarbone. This bone will take the shape of S letter but in horizontal way, and it's located on the anterior side of the shoulder, just above the first rib. Well, this clavicle can be divided into 3 regions: the medial end, the shaft, and the lateral end. So the medial end, called the sternal end, this end will attach with the manubrium of the sternum, while the lateral end, or called the acromial end, will attach with the acromion of the scapula. So that was all important details about the clavicle bone. Now the scapula or the shoulder blade is a flat triangular bone found on the posterior side of the shoulder. This bone will be surrounded by muscles on both its anterior and posterior sides, so that's why it does not articulate with the ribs. We have to know also that the scapula has many important landmarks, which are 3 bodies: the superior, the medial, and the lateral, and has 3 corners, superior and inferior angles, while the last angle will form the glenoid cavity or the glenoid fossa. This fossa will receive the humerus head, which is the bone of the arm. Other important landmarks is the suprascapular notch and the spine of the scapula, which found on the posterior aspect of the scapula. These landmarks and these bones in general will be explained with more details in the upper limb course. Finally, in today's video, we will talk about the pectoral girdle functions, which are 6 main functions. The first function, and one of the most important functions, is to connect the upper limbs bones with the axial skeleton. Secondly, the right and the left pectoral girdle not joined to each other. This makes every girdle can work alone and independently. The third function is that the range of motion in pectoral girdle is greater than that of the pelvic girdle. This feature, with its benefits, can be associated with a greater risk of dislocation. While the fourth function is to transmit the force from the upper limb to the sternum, then to the axial skeleton. The fifth function is to provide an attachment point for many muscles that move the shoulder and the upper limb. Finally, is that the pectoral girdle will protect the underlying nerves and the blood vessels as they pass between the trunk and the upper limb. So these were almost all important details and a brief explanation about the pectoral girdle. And that's it. I hope what I said makes sense. See you next video, and goodbye.